interim governments everywhere. That is the one that is on board. They say let there be interim government. But my people, my queens and kings, what do you guys think about this interim government? Is it going to be good for our country? Is it what we actually need right now, this interim government? You guys know what this interim government has done before. Is the history going to repeat itself again in this our dispensation? Is it going to happen again? Please drop it down in the comment section. Do you guys think we should have an interim government? Because the obedience need to get their mandates back. Yes, we the obedient. I am an obedient. We need to get our mandate back because we know whom the people voted, which is Peter Obi. People voted him. Like, if you know someone that people voted, you don't need to use mirror to look at it. You would know it pop and plain once the person comes out. Just imagine what happened during Soludo's how many years anniversary, that immediately Peter Obi walked in. He stole the show from Soludo, and Soludo became the MC of the program. They say wahala be like plantain chips, so they carry for head eh? Like this man, you will know that people love this man. He is the one that they voted for. If not, if he is not the one that they voted for, you will, if he's working, who people will not even notice him. In fact, we don't know where the country is heading to right now. We don't know where Nigeria is heading to. Parties are suing each other. Everybody is suing each other every day. If you talk now, they say, oh yeah, sue him. That one will talk, say, oh yeah, sue her. In fact, we don't know what is happening in Nigeria right now. I think we are in a state of we don't know where we are standing right now. And concerning this interim government, a lot of people are saying no to it. That this interim government shouldn't just happen at all. But looking at the situation of things, people are writing petitions against each other. Like, if you just come out, even like what Tinubu said, they should sanction any TV station that would interview Peter Obi, which is not right. I read the other day where Tinubu asked them to sanction channels. For what? What did they do? He said, because who came there to talk? Daddy came to their channel to talk, and the person that was anchoring the program, they did not tell him to stop saying some things and all that. Like, in Nigeria right now, if you talk, they'll say, oh yeah, sue him. Write petition. Petition is like water now. They're sharing it. They are sharing it. APC is sharing it to everybody. If you talk now, they say, oh yeah, write petition. If you talk, write petition. If you cough, write petition. If petition is climbing each other right now here in Nigeria, my people. Petitions are climbing each other. If you breathe, they say, write petition, call DSS. So, and one thing I like about this whole thing that is happening, that obedience are not relenting. The obedience are still waxing strong. They still believe in what they believe in, okay? But with this whole interim thing, it seems to be affecting the obedience. And, well, sure, let's hear what Rufai has to say about this interim government, okay? Thank you so much and stay tuned.
Well, there's a couple of stories making the rounds. Concerning the talk about the DSS message about interim or no interim government, there's been reactions. To me, Frank, strong stalwart. So all the stories making the rounds will also be about what is happening in Kenya and other parts. So I'll break down to you what is happening in Kenya. That's why we ourselves in Nigeria should be very cautious. We all know that there's an electoral dispute that went on for a while in Kenya, and even after the Supreme Court ruling, Raila Odinga said he's not going to accept the terms of the Supreme Court, that he was not. He said he was going to accept the terms, beg your pardon, of the Supreme Court, but he still felt disgruntled. He still felt they didn't allow him access to the server, and a lot is happening as regards that. So, truth has to be said. Once there was a cost of living crisis that was on in Kenya, the opposition Azimio Umoja, a political party, used that as a pretext to start protests all over Kenya. And the protests had degenerated because the police had reacted as regards the protest, and it's led to a lot of property. The former president's farm in Northlands was destroyed. Also, Raila Odinga's Eastern African Spectre, his gas making company, because a lot of people, I'm sure you remember that Raila Odinga actually schooled in Germany, where he pretty much specialized in welding fabrication. So, and he's got, I think, one of the only few companies in Kenya that is manufacturing gas cylinders. So I think even in East Africa. So as a result of that, there's been a lot of back and forth. Some top intellectuals came out in Kenya yesterday, to be able to cool things down. Professor Lumumba and a couple of other intellectuals also came out to talk about what is happening and said people should cool things down. So there's been lots of back and forth, in Kenya. And as a result of that, I think we should learn from what is happening in Kenya. We should never allow Nigeria to degenerate that way. We should look for ways of solving our problems without making it degenerate to the extent that it is in Kenya now. And we should be very cautious. And it's quite very sad because this is like the third or fourth time in a row that election has snowballed into many protests in Kenya. So how can we get it right? How can we, look for, a way to be able to ensure that we get things right on the African continent, and we look for possibilities as regards ensuring, that we settle our matters amicably. Also, another story making the round today is about an article written at the back page of the This Day newspaper, written by Olumide Akpata, former, president of Nigerian Bar Association, where he says we are all Igbos, and he talked about the fact that we religious or ethnic does not have a place in our society, and we should do better. And he cited what happened in Lagos in the election period, and it made a lot of sense. You can read it at the back page, so that we just try as much as possible to ensure that everything is done properly and peacefully in our country for the growth and development of our country. And a lot has still been happening, but another clarion call I'd like to make out here is the fact that increasingly we are seeing a lot more local refineries, which is a good thing for Nigeria, but their access to crude has been a big problem. So if NNPC can sell crude to the local refineries in Naira, so that they'll be able to buy their crude and in turn refine it and ensure that there's crude available for the people, I think that'll go a long way. So that's also another area that we're looking at strongly, and we keep pushing for that. The last story I'm going to take today is about former President Donald Trump. Former President Donald Trump yesterday has finally been indicted by a grand jury. Alvin Bragg, with the DA in charge. This indictment will open up to many cases, that he might be for. The grand case here is about, the hush money he paid to Stormy Daniels after he had an affair with her, $130,000 that he denied. Truth has to be told, some people are also saying that this might also help him springboard his political career. He might say this is a witch hunt against him. Right, and we're also looking at all of this. In fact, the Washington Post ran an article yesterday that was talking about the fact that if they are going to indict Trump, it should be for a bigger case. It should be for a bigger case. It should not be about, what is happening with the Stormy Daniels case, that this might just let him off the hook. For over 50 years, it's been tough to indict Trump. He's just been sort of like a Teflon. And he's just been evading all of this, since the first time that over 50 years he and his father was indicted, was mentioned in a case as regards this people in their homes, because Trump's father owned one of the biggest real estate homes in America, especially in areas for people living, with for people living with some level of financial difficulties, middle class people. And it was said then against black people and giving them their homes, So there's a lot happening, and let's see how this pans out. So, but for the very first time, Trump has been indicted. Let's see as this shapes the political landscape of America. Let's see how the narrative starts to change for America as regards this, and let's see how all of this will segue into the presidential push for 2024. As we see today, a lot is happening. Ron DeSantis stands also a good chance of the Republican Party, but Ron DeSantis officially has not come out to say that he will run. So, let's see how all of this pans out in the coming days.
You guys have heard from Rufai Oseni what he has to say about this interim government. So, you, my queens and kings out there, I want to ask you guys your own opinion. What do you guys think about this? Please drop it down in the comment section. Should we accept it? Should we go ahead and have an interim government, or should we just accept anything that the court gives us? So many things are happening now. Courts, in fact, the court room has been rigged already. So you guys already know that we are not going to get a fair judgment, or a good judgment, the right judgment from there. Should we accept anything they give us for those interim government not to take place, or should the interim government take place so that we can actually get our mandate back? Please drop your opinion down in the comment section. I'll be joining my cousins here. My name is Olivia, and this is Getting Around with Olivia. See you guys, and bye.